guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm trying to keep this short and sweet because I know you're here to see fish, not my ugly face. But a couple of people, oddly enough, out of my tens of followers, subscribers, have asked for fish room updates. So here we are. There has been massive changes. It's basically completely different from my first fish room tour, if you will. One of the 40-gallon breeders is gone, the 75-gallon tank is gone, the 90-gallon tank is gone, and several of the fish have kind of moved in and out for various reasons. Some have passed away. Sadly, I lost my flowerhorn Gus to an internal parasite that he picked up from somewhere. A couple other fish rehomed for aggression reasons, whether being on the receiving or the giving end of that aggression. Which is sometimes the case, and sometimes, you know, just my tastes in which fish I wanted to keep changed. So really massive changes. We'll start with the tank behind me. Is my 125 mostly Central American cichlid tank, and we'll go through the rest. Let's go.
All right, so as I said, this is the more aggressive, mostly Central American tank. There are some South Americans in here, such as the Mesohera Feste. This female, I've had her for a while now. We're dealing with a little aggression in this tank. Added some new tank mates not too long ago, and it leads to some fin nipping and things like that, some torn up fins. Suspect this to be a female, as you can see from the black coloration on the dorsal fin, but she's pretty mild-mannered for the most part. Just she'll chase people away like she's about to do for that little Cuban. So that little Cuban cichlid there, that is a super aggressive fish for such a small little guy there. We'll definitely give some of the other fish the business, but really cool coloration on that fish. This is me being a glutton for punishment. And this little Ocellaris peacock bass, growing like crazy, will eat pretty much anything. Really loves vibra bites, will eat pellets and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Started out originally on nothing but blundworms, and I knew that was going to get expensive fast, so figured it was time to get him or her onto something else. But this fish might be the reason that I end up building a plywood aquarium, because I really dig this fish a lot. I'm looking forward to see it get huge. So then we have one of two Mascahero argentea, or Vieja argentea. If you've ever seen these full grown, they are absolutely magnificent. Also known as a silver cichlid. Really beautiful Central Americans. Here's the other one. Picked up both of these from cichlidsoftheamericas.com. Really great fish. There is a Herichthys depi, also from Cichlids of the Americas. So a cousin to the firemouth. And there we have some of you, if you've been around a while, hiding in the back there is my badass Salvini female. I've had her for quite a while now. She is probably about 6.5 to 7 inches, so I'm pretty much full grown. She is very reclusive, will hide either in this little hole in this piece of driftwood or underneath this rock that she's dug out. But she doesn't take anything from anyone. She's had a variety of tank mates over the last little bit, from a 13-inch Oscar to an 8 or 9-inch Jag, and she held her own perfectly fine. And then this guy here is an Amphilophus hogabumarum and Barred Midas hybrid. He just went into the tank yesterday, so he's a little beat up as he gets acquainted with his new tank mates. They're kind of roughing him up a little bit, but he's a super tough fish, growing incredibly fast, which leads me to believe it is likely a male. And so that is going to be a big fish with lots of attitude. And then somewhere in here is an Inley Bisher. Oh, there we go. buried Bashir, buried in the sand there. Got this guy at about 2.5, maybe 3 inches, so put on some nice little size in the couple months that I've had him. And then we'll drop down below. We have my school of Geophagus redhead Tapaho cichlids. They're growing out here in this 40-gallon, basically by themselves. You'll see this creamsicle leertail molly that is healing up. This fish took a beating from my figure 8 puffers, which you'll see in a minute. But sorry for some of the algae on this glass. But this 40 and this setup I've had for a while. It is planted, but it's all pretty new, so nothing's really grown out yet. But these guys are super cool. These were my first Geophagus, and I really enjoy watching them. I can't wait for them to color up. But so much personality. It's really fun to watch them, you know, establish their social behaviors and their hierarchy. And now we'll move on to the mostly South American cichlid 125. Did a video on this one not too long ago, but even since then there has been some pretty significant changes. Added this second beautiful red spot gold severum. I was lucky enough that someone rehomed this beautiful fish to me, and really enjoyed having it. As you can see, the true parrot. We have 4 Geophagus winemilleri that are recent additions. Really beautiful fish. Really love keeping these guys. I'm really excited to have found them at such an awesome size as well. Whenever you guys have Geophagus, it is imperative to have lots of sponge filters. I even bought this big, huge sponge here in the back to put onto my FX4, because these guys kick up so much sand when they're sifting the sand through their gills to eat, that you can suck the sand up into the filter and it'll really do a number on your impeller. So really, really important. Lots of sponge filters. So I have 3 in here on top of using the FX4. But the red shoulder severum doing really well. And I'll put a card for the video of this tank up on the top right hand corner. But there is a little baby Jack Dempsey hiding around in there. See him kind of in the back. There is a tiny jaguar cichlid in here as well. Those are the only 2 non-South American fish in this tank. And then there in the back by the sponge filter is my L137 blue-eyed redfin pleco. Had a great shot of my male white Som there trying to get in. But I love this tank. It's just so peaceful. The fish are gorgeous. Everybody gets along, no nipped fins. And it's just very stress-free, which I like, compared to those guys, which couldn't be any further from stress-free. And then finally, this is kind of my fun little tank here. This is a little experiment with brackish water that I'm doing. So I've got 2 figure 8 puffers. As you can see, one is much bigger than the other. The other one kind of gets bullied around a little bit. Long term, 2 figure 8s in a 20-gallon probably not going to work out, but it's going okay for now. And then there's a couple of creamsicle leertail mollies. As you can see, the puffers kind of got their tails as well. And then another leertail molly, but I can't remember what that guy was called, but pretty cool coloration on him. So yeah, this is it. This is the updated fish room. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And I will try to do a lot better about posting videos. Have a good one.